So I have a better understanding of how editing works. I don't quite get how to sync and flow, but I'm working on it. Figured out that I could drag and drop and resize and place images in different locations. So now I really get how I'm going to do, the prestige classes. Because I can just take the image, like this one, and just put it on the screen. And I also found out that D&D 3.5 is just public domain, free to access, whatever the actual terminology for it is. I didn't really look too hard into it. I just kind of Googled, can I, show D&D 3.5 images? And as long as I'm not literally reading from the book, it should be good. Which, I don't plan on to do that because there's a lot of excess flavor text that are just unnecessary. So, yes. On today's adventure, we're going to be looking at the Animal Lord from Dungeons & Dragons 3.5, Complete Adventurer. So first thing to note, I need better lighting. Good Lord. So the first thing to talk about with Animal Lord is it's actually a very diverse and interesting prestige class with the fact that it's multiple prestige classes in one, which is pretty good for starting out with because it makes 3.5 seem more interesting, even though most prestige classes are kind of just one specific gimmick or niche that they cover. Whilst the Animal Lord is Cat Lord, Ape Lord, Horse Lord. They have different totems. So if you play 5th edition, which I don't want to cover 5th edition, but good segue, Animal Lord is just like the Totem Barbarian. Totem Barbarian is also in 3.5, but still. The requirements to go into Animal Lord is that you have to be some type of neutral. Lawful neutral, chaotic neutral, true neutral, neutral evil, neutral good. All the neutral fun. You need a +5 base attack. And then you have to have Handle Animal, 4 ranks. Knowledge Nature, 2 ranks. 4 ranks, and the appropriate skill for whichever totem that you're going to prestige into. For Ape Lord, you need to have Climb. Bear Lord, Intimidate. Bird Lord, you need Spot. Cat Lord, you need Move Silently. Horse Lord is Jump. I guess they had to have something for Horse Lord. Jump. So Horse Lord, you need Jump. Shark Lord, you need Swim. Snake Lord, you need Escape Artist. And then Wolf Lord, you need Survival. And then for the feats, you have to have a specific one again based on what totem you're going into. So for Ape Lord, you have to have Toughness. Bear Lord, you have to have Endurance. Bird Lord, Improved Flight. Okay. So it seems for Bird Lord, you kind of have to be an avian race. Interesting. Yeah, there's not really many ways to get around that in 3.5. So you gotta be an Arakakra. A bird. Cat Lord, you have to have Weapon Finesse. For Horse Lord, you need Run. Makes sense. Shark Lord, Improved Swimming. Which again, maybe Shark Lord, you have to have a swim speed. So you might have to be an aquatic creature. And then Snake Lord, you need Combat Reflexes. And then for Wolf Lord, you need Track. And that's all you need. So for the Animal Lord, it's preferred, which you'll see later, because you get benefits for previous base classes. For Animal Lord, you can really go into it from any class. You get no benefits from leveling up caster-wise. Yeah. So you kind of lose your ability to cast progression-wise, but Barbarian going into Animal Lord is good. Ranger, because they get a benefit from having an animal companion. And to be honest, which I'll go into more detail with each specific Animal Lord, I think Rogue is actually a pretty good option for a Cat Lord, because they get some sneaky bonuses. I don't know if Cleric could be good. You know, it depends on what your character's backstory is. You know, maybe you could be a vegan cleric, you know. Let us pray. Shut the fuck up and just make your video. Okay, moving forward. My mouse is loud. I changed my shirt because I got really hot, so I turned my fans off so you could actually understand what I'm saying. So, Animal Lord is a 10 level prestige class that has full base attack progression, a good fortitude, good reflex, and bad will. That bad will is not a big deal. Having 2 out of 3 saves, pretty darn good. At level 1 they get Animal Bond, Detect Animals, and Wild Empathy. So for Animal Bond, whatever your totem is, your totem animal, you know, ape, cat, horse, you get a +4 bonus to handle animal checks. And you also get this bonus on Wild Empathy checks. Now, if you already have Wild Empathy from a previous class, the bonus stacks for your level. So, say if you're a 5th level Druid and you are a 5th level, Animal Lord, the bonuses would combine and stack. Ape Lord, apes, baboons, monkeys, anything that's a frickin' ape. Bird Lord, any bird, avian creature. Within the Complete Adventurer, there actually is a list of animals, but just to break it down a little bit, if it sounds like your animal, it's all to DM's discretion, but if it sounds like your animal, it's probably that animal. So, you also get Detect Animals, which is at will, you can detect, enunciate. You can detect the specific animal that you chose for your totem. You also get Wild Empathy, which, again, stacks with if you had it from a previous class. It's basically like Diplomacy, but for animals. But it's different than Handle Animal, because you can also use it with magical beasts. Specifically the stupid ones that don't actually talk. Intelligence 1 and 2. Like a basilisk or something along those lines. At level 2, you get your first totem. This gives you a +4 bonus on checks made with your specific skill correlated with your totem animal. Ape Lord gets bonus to climb. Bear gets intimidate, just like the ones you had to take whenever you went into the class. You also get low light vision. If you already have low light vision from a previous source, say, if you're an elf, then it actually improves your low light vision. It specifically triples it. So normally you can see twice as far in low light conditions, but now if you already have it, you can see 3 times as far. At 3rd level, you get a Wild Aspect. So you can take on the aspect of your animal from your selected group. Assuming a Wild Aspect is a swift action, so it's not a free action. Swift action, you have to do it on your turn. But other than that, it doesn't take up, a standard action, doesn't take up a movement or an attack. It's just you choose to do it on your turn. And the benefit is dependent on what animal you are. What animal, your totem. Now, Ape Lords, they gain 2 primary claw attacks that each deal 1d4 points of damage, or if you're small, 1d3. And then you could scale it up to 1d6 if you're large. And if you hit your opponent with both claw attacks, you do an additional rend damage, which is actually 2d4, 2d3 if you're small, plus 1.5 times strength. Just like the rend ability. Bear Lord, they gain 2 primary claw attacks as well. That is the exact same damage. And if they hit with 1 claw attack, they get to start a grapple as a free action without provoking an attack of opportunity. That is actually really good. You still follow the normal rules of grappling. And then at level 7, your claws improve to 1d6 points of damage. Or 1d4 if you're small. Same for the ape. Skipped over that, my bad. Bird Lord. A Bird Lord grows feathery wings, allowing him to fly at his base land speed with average maneuverability. And then at level 7, it's 10 minutes per level. Okay. Uno momento. Alright. I understand how a Bird Lord would work. So, pretty much you either have to be an avian species or a druid that shapeshifts into birds, where in your bird form you take improved flight, because in your bird form you have the ability of flight. I get it now. Whilst whenever you do the wild aspect, Bird Lord, you then change into bird wings without actually using a wild shape. I got it. I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Moving on. Cat Lord, claw attacks improve as you level up. If a Cat Lord charges, you get to use both claws in your charge attack. Not bad. A Horse Lord's speed, as well as any other horse which you ride upon, improves by 10 feet for 1 hour per level. It improves by 20 feet for 1 hour per level. At level 7, God, Horse Lord makes me laugh. Let's play a Cavalier. Mounted Outback. Shark Lord, you gain a devastating bite attack that deals 1d8 points of damage, or 1d6 if you're small, 1d10 if you're large, and you gain the ability to breathe water whilst in your wild aspect, and the damage increases to 2d6 at level 7. That is a vicious bite attack. King Shark. Snake Lord gets a poisonous bite for 1 round per level. It deals 1d4 points of damage, fortitude save for the poison. Venom actually, is DC 10, plus your Animal Lord level, plus your Con modifier. Deals the initial damage and secondary damage of 1d3 points of Con. That is actually pretty good. Level 7, the bite attack increases to 1d6 and increases to 1d4 points of Con. That is really good. And the Wolf Lord gains the Scent ability for 10 minutes per level. And it's 1 hour per level once you hit level 7 Animal Lord. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Damn, my mouse is loud. Click, click, click. The wild aspect part of this definitely took the most time. It had the most details in it. Everything else is pretty simple from here on out. At level 3, for wild aspect, you can do it once per day. Level 6, twice per day. Level 9, 3 times per day. At level 4, you get Speak with Animals. It's just like the spell, Speak with Animals. You can do it once per day to speak with the animals of your totem species. At level 5, you get Summon Animals. You can do this once per day, and it acts just like Summon Nature's Ally 5, where you can summon animals from your specific totem. Ape Lord can summon 1d3 dire apes or 1d4 plus 1 apes. Bear Lord can either summon a polar bear, 1d3 brown bears, or 1d4 plus 1 black bears. Bird Lord can summon 1d4 plus 1 eagles, giant owls, hawks, ravens, or owls. Cat Lord can summon 1 dire lion, 1d3 tigers, or 1d4 plus 1 lions. Horse Lord can summon 1d4 plus 1 heavy horses, heavy war horses, light war horses, ponies, or war ponies. Shark Lord can summon 1d3 huge sharks or 1d4 plus 1 large sharks. Now note, to summon the sharks, you have to be in an aquatic or watery environment. And then Snake Lord, 1 giant constrictor snake, 1d3 huge vipers, or 1d4 plus 1 constrictor snakes or large vipers. Wolf Lord is 1d4 plus 1 dire wolves or wolves. Now at level 6, you get your second totem. You gain a bonus feat effectively. Actually, not effectively. You gain a bonus feat depending on what your totem is. Ape Lord, you get brachiation. Note, you do not have to meet the requirements. You can choose. Okay, sorry. If you have the feat already, you can choose another feat. Like, basically, it's just a free bonus feat. If you do not have said feat that I'm about to list, then you don't have to meet the requirements for the feat. Ape Lord is brachiation. Literally have a movement speed where you swing through the trees. Bear Lord gets improved grapple. Bird Lord gets flyby attack. Cat Lord gets lightning reflexes. Horse Lord gets trample. Shark Lord gets improved crit bite. Nice. Snake Lord gets improved initiative. And Wolf Lord gets improved trip. At level 7, you get animal growth. Just like the spell. Once per day, actually. You can use the animal growth on a single animal as a swift action from your totem animal species. It pretty much acts just like animal growth, based on as if your animal lord levels were your spellcaster levels. At level 8, you get animal telepathy, where you can mentally communicate with your totem animal species. And then finally, at level 10, you gain your third totem. You gain a permanent +2 bonus to an ability score based on your totem animal species. Ape Lord gets +2 strength, Bear Lord gets +2 con, Bird Lord gets +2 wisdom, Cat Lord gets +2 dex, Horse Lord gets +2 constitution, Shark Lord gets +2 strength, Snake Lord gets +2 charisma, and then Wolf Lord gets +2 strength. So that is the Animal Lord. So what I want to do is I'm going to create an Animal Lord to put in my D&D universe. Now let's see what we can come up with. Okay, so I made my Animal Lord. He is the Catfolk, Christopher Meowkin. That's right, Christopher Meowkin. Isn't that right, Mr. Kitty? Mr. Sheds a lot. So, Christopher Meowkin is a 7th level rogue, 3rd level Animal Lord. Because of level adjustment, he is an effective character level 11. I went by the DMG, what an 11th level character would have, gold-wise. Bought his equipment based on that. I just gave him a simple dagger of Animal Bane, because, you know, he hunts animals. He's not some ruthless outlaw or anything, even though he is chaotic neutral. Jerigold there, his deity, that is one of my own personal homebrew gods. He's just a true neutral god of the hunt. Now you're probably wondering how his dexterity is that high, which you'll see he has a +4 item to dexterity. But other than that, Catfolk get a +4 dex. I gave him a 16 dex because he's level 6, or level 10. So to get to level 10, you know, he can't just have generic ass stats. Which made his dexterity a 20 starting out. With that tail ring of dexterity, it became a 24. And then from leveling up, it became a 26, because at level 4 and level 8 he gets +1 to an ability score. Now, look at that. Look at those skills. Look at that move silently. That is a 100% legit move silently at level 10. Legit. Because each one of those bonuses are from a different thing. And none of them specifically said if they were from insight or from like a situational bonus. They were all just straight bonuses, which means they're allowed to stack. That's why he has a 40 move silently at level 10. Isn't that ridiculous, buddy? Isn't that ridiculous? So yeah, this guy is basically just the leader of a small, just a band of savannah cats, basically. 6 other cat folk, 7 other technically his cohort, because he does have leadership. And yeah, they just basically hunt, mind their own business, live their lives in the Minotaur kingdom of the Roughlands. And yeah, that's about it. This video is over 20 minutes long, so you can see the stats on screen. You can rewind the video and look at them if you want. Christopher Meowkin is yours to have. Every one of these prestige class videos, I'm going to be making a character at the end, and it is free domain for anyone to use. Obviously, I'm not just going to upload my entire DM roster, but everything that I make on these videos, I hope you use. Hope you use them in your campaigns. Hope that they were useful. They're all going to be made 100% legit. The only thing that might be iffy are the ability saves, Fort, Reflex, and Will. I kind of just look at the chart of the character class and prestige class charts, and just whatever it says they have at that level, I just give it to them. Even though technically you're supposed to do the whole 1/4, 1/3, half, all that jazz. Same for base attack, but I'm too lazy for all of that. And to be honest, at the end of the day, it only maybe adjusts it by 1 point, 1 or 2 points, if that, if any. I've done the math in the past, a couple years ago, and it was a very minute difference. I don't think it really did anything until you get to level frickin' 20 or something. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, and stay tuned for the next video, which I believe is going to be on Beastmaster or Beast Lord. Yeah, screw it, let's look. I love you, Mr. Kitty. Beastmaster. So stay tuned for that. And you stay classy, Dice Demons.